and everything is okay. You can talk in Italian, of course. Everybody of us speak in Italian. But when you get angry, and you have you are a little bit angry, and you make something different of tune with your voice, you are gonna talk in dialect, because this is moment where they understand that you are not joke, that it's something more serious, no? And this was the 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 the, the game we play with our friend, with the band. We became the first band in Italy who played the tarantella punk. Was a tarantella is the rhythm from Calabria.
Now I am curious about two things. I want to hear some angry Calabrese, and I want to hear a tarantella. Welcome to Modo di Bere, the podcast about local drinks and local sayings. I'm your host, Rose Thomas Bannister. And today I'm extremely pleased to be here with Peppe Voltarelli. Peppe is an award-winning singer, songwriter, and actor from the southern Italian region of Calabria. In the 90s, he founded the cult folk rock band Il Parto delle Nuvole Pesanti. He has released many albums. He travels all over the world, very often singing in the Calabrian dialect. Peppe, I also want to mention that I had a fantastic time on your YouTube channel. There are so many great music videos and cool performances. Welcome.
Thank you, ciao Rose, grazie.
So you're here in New York working on a new album. Please tell me about this project. How is it going in the studio?
Yeah, I'm here because I have this great dream since I was very young to have a record here, to work with the New Yorker musicians, and I found this situation now with this producer called Simone Giuliani, who works on a band, and finally we got this new songs, and I'm very happy to be here.
That's great. We were talking about the name of your old band, and I realized that I didn't quite understand the name. Could you explain for our English listeners? Il Parto delle Nuvole Pesanti?
Yeah, probably is the bird of heavy clouds, and it means something of very close to something that will born, and heavy clouds means something about the come una grande tempesta, no? I don't know.
A big storm is coming.
Big storm, yeah. And because we make music very with a lot of energy, especially in live show.
That sounds amazing. As you know, this is the podcast for local drinks and local sayings. Peppe, we have a local drink already. We are here drinking Cirò. If you're listening from the United States, when you visit your independent wine retailer, if you're lucky enough that they stock a wine from Calabria, it's probably Cirò, the Cirò DOC. A DOC is an officially recognized quality wine region in Italy. Does make some white wine from the Greco Bianco grape, but most of their wines are reds and rosés, or rosatos, as they call them in Italy, made from this delicious red grape called Galliopo. Peppe, let's taste this wine together. We met by chance, guys, in a wine shop. And you told me that you and this winemaker, Sergio Arcuri, are actually friends.
Yeah, we are friends. My town is very close to Cirò, to the city of wine in Calabria, and Sergio is one of the best producer in this city.
So let's taste this together. It's the 2018 vintage. So this is the red Cirò. He does make a delicious rosato. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. For me, it's very special because it's the sound of my land. It's the taste of my land, so I know what I'm drinking. It's tell a lot of things about our land.
Yes, definitely. That's really the spirit of this whole project, is to find these stories in a glass of wine or a piece of language. I am, speaking of tasting notes for people who have never tried a Cirò before, I'm finding this beautiful light in color wine.
Yeah, yeah.
If I was doing a blind taste before putting it up to my nose, I might think like a Nebbiolo, like a lighter in color, right from the color, just from the color alone. But I'm finding some like dried flowers, like roses and maybe even lilacs. Uh, Bright acidity, notes of oranges, sour cherry, and this dried herbs like timo, like thyme. Some tannins for sure, but nothing crazy. Just a little light touch of tannin. Nice long finish, refreshing, very pretty.
Yeah, the point is that our wine for a long time was considered a very strong wine with a very hard soul taste. But now in the last 20 years, I think that I'm going to make a new kind of project about the wine. So we are going to make some wine that you can use and you can taste and you can live in every different situation.
So now I'm curious. I'm here interviewing you as a musician who sings in the Calabrese dialect, but I'm curious about this. I wonder, is it a change in style, or, I mean, for our listeners, with the wine, a lot of Italian wines are famous, the reds, for a lot of tannin and a lot of acid, both. And you can do something with a tannic wine. You can age it for a long time, wait for the tannins to chill out. But there's been this realization in, the over the decades to pick the wine at pick the grapes at the perfect day, to get the tannins are ripe in the same way the grapes are ripe, and as technology changes. So I'm wondering if it's a technology change or making a style, lighter wines. These are all questions. I mean, you told me about the general move towards like a more refreshing, versatile style.
Yeah, I think that that the great challenge of our wine and of course of our culture in general is to become something that people can understand, that people can share without prejudice. No, so our story is very long. It's very long in the old time. So for our culture, wine is something that it has been present in our family since before we was born. So this is the reason, because we have to recognize this kind of thing that we have inside to the world that is changing. So it's important to it's something that, like, I can explain you about dialect. Our dialect is very for someone it's very hard to explain, because it's not like a Sicilian or Neapolitan that are very musical. Our dialect Calabrese is very spigoloso.
Spigolosa. Yeah, I was going to ask you about what sets it apart, the sounds or the grammar, anything you can explain. I'm so interested.
Yeah, also the way as you talk, the way you move, the way the energy you give it in the words. You need to you need to give to people some instrument to understand better what are you doing, and this is the great challenge I do with my music. And writing in Calabrese dialect today is a great challenge for me, because I want that people, I would like that people understand and discovered my land with my songs. And this is the same thing about the wine, because if your wine, I think, can be shared in a table in very long distance, you can tell a lot of story of your land with your work. And this is the work that they are doing in the last 20 years with this small producer that they are gonna study new way to stay together, to be convivial, to be in the world, not only in our table.
I'm actually really interested in the wines of Calabria. I just think it's a fascinating region. I've never been. I hope to visit soon.
Yeah, please.
So we've talked a little bit about the story from the wine, this sense of the land. I wonder if you could teach us a few modo di dire, a few sayings from the Calabrian dialect before we move into the music.
Un proverbio, dici?
Un proverbio, sì. Proverbio or, detto, slang, we talked about one when we met by chance. We met by chance in a wine shop, and we're exchanging sayings. So I don't know if you have a proverbio that comes to mind.
About the wine, yeah.
Oh, it can be about anything.
Anything. Not only one, yes. Yes, there's one is Panza china canta, no camisa bianca, is interesting. It means when you eat, you can sing, but not when you have only the white shirt, the white for the party. You need to have hit before, so you can sing. Panza china, sing. No camisa bianca.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
I don't know if I explained
the
meaning,
what is the literal meaning of just the phrase? You have to eat.
That's I think that the appearance is not the way that can give you the right relationship, but you have to have something inside that can give you energy and story and stuff to tell.
I see.
Not white shirt, not appearance. No.
Oh, I love this. I'm actually going to use this the next time so for our listeners, I'm a folk musician as well from the American Midwest. And in fact, the name of Pepe's old band, I think there may be a song of mine that I would like to share with Pepe and with you. So I thought only he would play, but now I have a song about a storm coming that I think you might enjoy. But when I perform, which I do as often as I can, there are often many things to take care of before you go onto the stage, and I think maybe next time I'll wonder if I've eaten some bread more than about my outfit, about my clothes. So, as I think this is better. I think this is better. Yeah. It's more about the soul of the person than the fancy clothes. Is this correct?
So that's something that it's connected with the reason why you are singing. Yeah. And the reason sometimes is when you are happy and you sing. For our culture, it's a little bit different, maybe with the blues, but when you already hit, you can sing better.
Well, let's jump right in. Can you play us, please, a song in the Calabrese dialect, and then maybe explain after the language? Yeah.
Before the song, or just?
Well, let's see. That's a good thought. You've spent many more years sharing dialect than me. Do you want to start with the words, sing song, and then explain after? Okay.
O mare su caro sangue a rimarinare e riporta un sacciaduba. Oi luna mutta all'acqua da terra lontana, chi di cagiove chi di cammina. Fa friddellite mani le vite mica che fatte rimane. Chi sarà vite rimarinare, chi sarà cuore rimarinare, chi sarà sangue rimarinare, chi sarà vite rimarinare, chi sarà cuore rimarinare. notte d'arriva, come se sta quando varcun arriva. O sole quando te cocia da britta di carne, facci di pure capo pesante. Era terra che scivola chiana, o mare te singe e te porta lontana. Chi sarà vita rimarenare, chi sarà cuore rimarenare, chi sarà sangue rimarenare, chi sarà vita rimarenare, chi sarà cuore rimarenare. O mare quando te coglia, tu senti un tirine, passo per passo quando cammina. Oi luna mutta all'acqua la terra lontana, chi di trova e chi di cammina. Ero giorno che sciodda tra sera, la vita mica che è fatta mattina. Chi sarà vita rimarenare, chi sarà cuore rimarenare, chi sarà sangue rimarenare, chi sarà vita rimarenare, chi sarà cuore rimarenare.
Bravo.
Grazie. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a beautiful song.
Thank you. This is called Marinai. It's a song about sailors of my town, and I wrote this song in 2010 for my album Ultima Notte a Malastrana. Last Night in Malastrana is an album dedicated to this beautiful city that's Prague, where I play a lot of time, and in this album there is Marinai, and with this album I won a prize called the Premio Tenco as the best album in dialect from Italy in 2010, and I'm very proud of this because it's the first album in Calabrian dialect that won this prize.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I would love for you to take us through some of the lyrics. Would you talk to us a little bit about the lyrics of that song?
Yeah, the song is telling the story of this of the relationship between these people with the sea and with their work, and how they still think that the sea is like a big friend, but also it can be a big enemy. So the work in the sea is always very strange, because first time you have to respect this big brother. So and the lyrics tell the day that we do when they grow up, hill in the morning, when it's still night and when it's still dark, and they go inside, and they so I stay with this friend of mine. I spent time with them when I was at the university in Bologna, and something that hit me is probably this kind of expression that they have in the face when we start to go in the sea for work. And I tried to put in the song this kind of vibration that they give to me as I was a student and they was workers. So this is a big difference. And I tried to put in the lyrics this kind of big experience for me, to see people that love their job and still after 30, 40 years, every day they renovate this respect for nature, for the sea, for the work, and for the life.
That's beautiful. I love the ideas. I'm wondering if you can take just maybe one small piece of the dialect and compare it for us to Italian to show the difference in the sounds?
Yeah, the first part of the song say, o mare suga rusango a rimarinare, riporta un saccio d'uva. The sea take the blood to the sailors and it takes the where I don't know where.
So in Italian, how would that sound?
Ah,
Yeah.
it's very strange in Italian because il mare succhia il sangue ai marinai, ma non sarebbe succhia, sarebbe il mare prende il sangue dei marinai e li porta non so dove. It's very special, the difference between dialect and Italian, because when you talk in dialect, it seems to be something that have no filter, and when you try to translate in Italian, you need to translate as another language. So you have to find the special word to tell this. It's not simply literal, you know.
Not as straight.
Yeah.
There's things that you feel that you can express in the dialect that you wouldn't. It would be different in Italian.
Yeah. Something in Italian doesn't work. It looks like it's not poetic stuff in Italian.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience when you were young with the dialect? Like,
Yeah.
please tell me how you became so interested. Is this something you spoke a lot with your family, or was it everywhere?
But we talk in dialect in school and in family and everywhere. And when I arrived to university, Bologna is maybe 1,000 kilometers from Calabria in north direction. And when I arrived in Bologna, I found that my my language is it's very exotic, no, and in the first time was the immediately the thing that can recognize me around the friends, around people. So when you are talking normally, you make conversation and everything is okay. You can talk in Italian, of course. Everybody of us speak in Italian. But when you get angry and you are a little bit angry and you make something different of tune with your voice, you are gonna talk in dialect, because this is moment where they understand that you are not joke, that it's something more serious, no? And this was the game we play with our friend, with the band, because we started to sing in dialect, and we was the first rock and roll band that play song in dialect from Calabria, but with the punk folk attitude. So we mix the punk with the mandolin, with the guitar folk, with melody from South Italy, and so we became the first band in Italy who played the tarantella punk. Was a tarantella is the rhythm from Calabria. It's a rhythm di 6 ottavi, no? 6/8. So in this kind of rhythm, we put inside the electric guitar and more other thing, and it was amazing because people start to look at this music as something that connect themselves with their land and with their history, with something of different attitude. So maybe a little more proud, little more different way of look this land, you know. And this was funny. Well, then after 9 album, I found myself I'm 35 years old, so it's different than 19. But still today that I'm 52, I can tell you that today I feel the same kind of challenge with my language, because I think that the story of a place can be can f- it can finish in one life. It's very short human life. So maybe we can give our contribute to people to understand better what we are.
I think when I think in terms of an afterlife, which is not something I imagined discussing on the Wine and Language show, but I do think of it as our legacy. And especially if you write something, if you sing something, if you change something, if you tell a story, I think of this as the thing that carries on. And I think of the entire human experience, and the if you step back and you see the big picture.
In this direction, I think that there is some kind of music that you can consider it music can people can use for their life, for their objective. It's like music. I already call in Italian musica utile.
Musica utile, like useful music.
Useful music that you can use for your ordinary day, for your work, for your dream, and whatever you need in that moment, that can help you to do something. You give you courage, give you energy, give you sadness. And this is it's very different from the pop music, no, from commercial music that you can consume very very fast. It's like the food, I think, the slow food.
Slow food, yes.
Slow food, they means that you have to heat something that connect you with your land where you are in this moment.
Now I am curious about two things.
Yes.
I want to hear some angry Calabrese, and I want to hear a tarantella.
Okay. Angry Calabrese is very. There's a theater show in the beginning of 2000 that's called Roku Storto. It was a piece about a Calabrian soldier in the First World War, and this soldier, Rocco is the name, get crazy during the war, and he talked with an Austrian soldier, and say in a moment say, che facciazza brutta che tiene, ti pensi che mi spagni te, che ti piglio questa facciaccia bruttosa come ti comegno una pezza, ti distruggo, ti mangio, ti ammazzo, ti faccio. Non mi ricordo. I don't remember all the text, but it's Rocco Storto lyrics. This kind of dialect attitude. Invece la tarantella punk è così.
Allarma re, campane suona, i turchi sono sbarcati alla marina. Allarma re, campane suona, attenta chi non ti sta vicino. Ra! Raccia! Ra! Raccia! Ai, sai, dai, via!
That's great. So that's the tarantella.
That's a summary.
Summary of the rhythm of the rhythm.
Yeah, tarantella is a.
Is it?
And there are several ways to play it. A way to the right hand.
That you for our listeners, the strumming pattern is different, and as a guitarist myself, I'm watching very closely. That's very cool, Peppe.
Yeah, because there are very different kind of tarantella around the South Italy, and this maybe the Calabrian way is a little bit more nervous, more. Si può dire in Italiano, we say arrabbiata, no?
Like angry.
Angry.
So
maybe in Puglia there's the pizzica, no? Campania Tamurriata. They're very different kind of style.
What about Sicilia?
In Sicilia pure, però adesso non te lo so fare la siciliana.
La gente lo chiamava Colapisci, perché stava a tamare come un pesce. D'onde veniva non sapeva nessuno, forse era figlio di Ludio Nettuno. Lui orno con la orre facci chiamare, e con la di Lomari corri e veni, o con la lumeregna scandacchiare, su quale pedamento si sostiene. Con la pisci corri e va, vai e torno mai sta, con la pisci corri e va, vai e torno mai sta, la 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 la.
This is a Sicilian song.
What's that one about?
The legend of Colapesce is the story of it's a very old story about a fisherman that go in the sea, and the king of Naples asked to this man if looks about Sicily, if the Sicily is stable. And Colapesce is the name of the fisherman. It's called Nicola. Everybody called Cola Pesce, fish. So then Colapesce go inside the sea and never come back. So the king and the queen of Naples, they wait for him and say, okay, why Nicola? And he answer from the deep sea and say, I can't come back because the Sicily is on 3 columns and one of these is broken. So I'm keeping, because if I leave, Sicily will fall down. And this was a legend.
Because there's triangular shape of Sicily, which is very famous.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, you know this.
I didn't know this element of the legend, though.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You can find this story in the book Le Fiabe Italiane di Italo Calvino. It's one of the oldest from South Italy. And I do this song, La leggenda di Colapesce, for a songwriter tribute called Otello Profazio. He's an old Calabrian folk singer who wrote this song, and I do a tribute to him a couple of years ago.
So
La leggenda di Colapesce.
You're like a historian as well as a musician, I feel. I want to know more. Okay, so you're speaking the Calabrese dialect your whole life, right? Then you go off to college and you only speak it when it has to come out. So then you're playing music, maybe regular music, and you decide to do this new thing. I want to hear more about what led you to give such importance through your whole career to, no, I'm going to sing in the Calabrese dialect, not just for one song or two. This is how I want to express myself. Was it more for yourself, just bringing those ideas for yourself in a more honest way in your songwriting? Or was it more kind of a larger picture, like I really want to share this language with the world?
It's the two things, because in first moment was absolutely a spontaneous choice, because dialect is my ordinary day. I talk in dialect with everybody. And in a moment I discovered that it's like a mission, no? You have like a mission about you have to give back to your old something that they give you to you. So you have this kind of religious approach that you have to continue to defend this kind of language, but not only as an aesthetic choice, but as more than this. It's
like a moral choice, almost. Like a.
Especially, I tell you that the moment where I realized the meaning of my language was when first time I have been outside of Italy for example, in Germany or in France or in Switzerland, and after in the US or in Canada and in Argentina, and I realized that our dialect is more and more than only language.
Tell me what you mean.
Because you know that there are some people that they conserve, they take care about the language, or the old language, all the word that nobody used today in Italy or in South Italy. But this is kind of, not only nostalgia, operazione nostalgia. No, it's something else. It's bisogno. Come si dice bisogno?
Desire.
It's a desire of
A need.
Yes, a need of your.
It's essential.
See, it's maybe the meaning of total your life.
I'm trying to imagine, as a songwriter myself, writing in a second language, and thinking that was the dialect for you your mother tongue, and you learned Italian at the same time. I want to know more about, in Calabria specifically, at the time when you were growing up. How did you switch from dialect to Italian? And I'm making air quotes.
I do this operation when I sing, because when I sing, I put in my way of singing the same meaning of when I sing in dialect in Italian. But this I discovered when I heard the first time a songwriter from Russia called Vladimir Vysotsky. That's one of the best songwriters from East Europe. And when you hear the songs of Vysotsky, you don't need to understand what kind of language he is talking or is singing. This is l'obiettivo, come si dice?
The object.
The object. When you hear Bruce Springsteen, you think that's it. And you don't need to translate. It's not simply operation, because you have to put in your mood, in your voice, something that tell more than simply voice, or simply you are a good singer, you are a good writer. No, there's something more that you
more than the camisa bianca.
Sì, come la camicia bianca. Tipo, una cosa del genere. Cioè, you can help yourself with something, with your attitude to stay on stage, your good tune, but there is something that, especially when you found that it's not important that you are in time or you are tuned, or when you found that this is not the only thing, you are starting to go in the world.
Can I give you an English phrase?
Yes,
an
please.
English saying. We say, now we are cooking with gas.
Adesso stiamo cucinando col gas.
Do you say that in Italian?
No.
It means like, now we're cooking. Now we're really doing it. Now we're doing it.
Yeah.
Now that's it. Now that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is important for an artist to realize this, because especially in this moment, I feel that a lot of young artists, young people, have this kind of approach to music, or to theater, to art in general. That's an approach like very superficial, very, very fast, rapid, and you know.
Just about the style,
Yeah,
the camicia blanca.
sì, molto connected with the spot, with the spot
The
of
spotlight.
Sì,
Yeah.
la luce, tac, pum, fine. After 1 week, you remove everything. Yeah, and
We say a flash in the pan. Fast fame that fades. I couldn't tell you the origin of this phrase, the flash in the pan, but I know it.
Yeah, maybe it's a problem that we grow up in another kind of experience, for technology, for way of organize our day, very different from now. So now we feel a little bit disoriented about many things. So I think that maybe we can really understand what's happened now. So maybe we will understand the next 20 years. But the feeling now is, my feeling is that I'm tired of something that stay only on superfice.
And only on the superficial level. Yeah.
Yeah,
On the surface.
yeah.
On the surface.
On the surface.
Yeah.
I'm not boring. It's boring, sometimes. It's boring also the super deep. No, it's boring. Can be boring, yeah.
True.
I know that.
It's the truth.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
can be a result boring for someone. But the emotion, you do I do music because I need to emotion myself. We are here to talking because we want to get emotion, feeling, and other stuff that before we haven't. Now we have. So
Exactly. I think so much about, how for me, books and music from the past just really saved me as a young person. And I guess, I'm 37. But I do think a lot. I think a lot about the mark that each of us puts on the world in the moment, just by something like keeping a diary. This with language, really.
Yeah.
How we change everything. And I think maybe for younger people, it's wonderful to have someone who's doing this work to conserve these stories, these amazing stories about the sailors, and the feeling of the words, the rhythm of the words, the attack of the words. I just learned this word for, like, in English we would say a through line, but I was interviewing. I'm not sure when her interview will air, but just this week I'm interviewing in real time these two artists who both work in singing dialect or local language. I was talking to Michela Mussolino from
Michela,
from she's a Sicilian American.
Yeah, she brought me.
Yeah, so she taught me this word, like, and I can't remember, but filo, like a continuous line or a red ribbon.
Il filo rosso.
Filo rosso. Could you explain this concept to us?
Beh, il filo rosso sarebbe, adesso non so bene Michela in che for filo rosso we use this expression to say when something is connect. It's a story that starts and go on and continue. There is a connection.
A red line.
C'è un filo rosso between me and you, between our music and our glass of wine.
Speaking of which, I had no idea I was going to do this, but in the spirit of a cultural exchange from the folk music of the American Midwest to Calabria, I would like to play you a song.
Yeah, please.
Great. So we're gonna move things around a little bit here.
Destructive love. I could sing about a red wing
could sing about the sad windmill on the hills of Iowa. I could sing about judgment. I could sing about religion. I could sing about the heavy rain clouds that hang over Iowa. Red wings, blackbird, shiny, silver, sad windmill. Heavy rains are coming. Red wings, blackbird, shiny, silver, sad windmill. Heavy rains are coming over red wings, blackbird, shiny, silver, sad windmill. Heavy rains are coming. 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 Il cambio.
Heavy rains are coming.
That's right. Il parto
Delle nuvole pesanti.
delle nuvole pesanti.
Bellissimo.
Yeah.
Questa di che periodo è? What, when you wrote this song?
Oh, that's such a great question. I'll tell you the truth. I was listening to some music that was singing about like drugs and rock and roll. I was driving in my car through the Midwest, driving. I used to write so many songs in the car, and I would sing them because we didn't have a phone to record things. But I did have a big cell phone, and I would call my home phone and sing the melody into my answering machine
No, bellissimo.
so that I could remember. I did this with this song. I was listening to, Lucinda Williams.
No.
Yeah, she's great. She's a great American, Americana country, wonderful musician. She had this song called Real Live Bleeding Fingers. Anyway, it's about this guy doing heroin or something. And, I grew up in the country, guys, in Nebraska. We had our own creepiness, but I wasn't doing any heroin, and I was just feeling like, oh, I'm outside of the experience of rock and roll. I've been so sheltered. I was feeling sorry for myself, but then I got into the groove of these chords. And so I heard this chord progression, and I said, well, I was thinking of I don't know if they tell you this when you're studying to be a writer in Italy, but they say this cliche nearly, write what you know. And I thought, well, what do I know? I just know about these fields out there.
Yeah.
But of course, I was feeling the desire, the angst, the emotion, even in the cornfield and the wheat field with the red-winged blackbird. And I could feel this depth. In a way, it was almost Profazio. For me, I had no idea, really how much desire and emotion I had plenty of claim to, and I would find, when I wrote the song. For me, the origin story of a song, of course, is very interesting because I love to study all the artists and everything they do. But for me, it is more important the meaning. The meaning becomes when the listener hears the song.
Yeah.
And the words for them, the way the language, locks into their own experience and the emotion that that word or that image evokes for them. That's the meaning. It doesn't matter that I was driving in the car and thinking this or thinking that. The song has a life of its own. And even for myself, when I write a good song, especially, when I play it over the years, the speaker, as we say in poetry, changes, or it changes from day to day, from minute to minute, the meaning. I would love to hear your thoughts on your own songwriting process, or if this is how it works for you, or how you think about meaning.
Yeah, the meaning is, it's. I think that you're right. You believe in something, no? When you are involved in this process, and so the words sometimes they come without ask of them. They arrive and you put inside the song.
Yes.
Or maybe I use several times I use invented word that I make some like of grammar law, and I say and then after when I hear this what I do, I found inside this word something that I can use and I can transform in words, because sometimes the words are a translation of something else that you need to have, of course.
An emotion.
And this is the meaning that you're talking about, no? The meaning of your the contact between you and what there is around you. It's strange. For example, it's strange that an Italian singer sing in American, or because in Italian nobody talk in American, and the expression is not there. So you can sing in perfectly English, perfect American English, but maybe you less something, or you have to move and go to live in California, in San Francisco, in San Diego, or in Detroit, or in Seattle, or in New York City, and so then you can sing in English without the question of the people why you are singing in English. Of course, because you are in America, you sing in American. But if you sing in Florence, it's strange, sounds strange that you sing in English, because I can believe 100% what are you saying. There's always something less in this.
I like to sing. I love your list of city names. I often sing about places. It evokes so much. Just the name of a town.
Yeah, because the town, the city, the village, the people that you meet, they are in the story, absolutely important in the story.
Yes.
It's not casually. You can dream. When I was 15, I of course I dream about Bob Dylan in the village that sing with the guitar, and I say, oh God, one day I could be like Bob Dylan.
Me too.
Yeah, because it's normal for a young guy, 15 years old. But when I arrive in Bologna from Calabria, the man of the label company, of the record company in Bologna, told me, your music, I got a band in Calabria when I was 15. And this man in Bologna told me, your stuff your idea is good, but the sound is old, is something of 10 years ago. So between South Italy and North Italy, there was 10 years of difference of style, of hearing, of experience. Because maybe in Bologna there have been 200 band from America, from Europe, going to play in Calabria.
Coming from Nebraska to New York, I can relate. Or even coming from the country in Nebraska to a city in Nebraska.
Yeah.
There's a lag, a delay. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the, if you understand this and you live this not like a complex, but like a normally think, you can be what you are about 10 years, 20 years ago, but in in complete control of what you are, not looking for someone that is in front of you and you have to run fast to arrive there. No, you are 20 years before. You wait. You be your time. But this is, you understand this when you are experienced, so people teach to you or talk to you. But when you are 15 or you are 16, it's difficult to realize this. Or the first time I come in New York City in 2002, I got to make a show in the Bronx with my band, El Parto Nove Pesanti. And when I go on the stage, I say to the people in the hall, I say, "Hello, everybody. I'm Peppe from Italy." Nobody talk, and nobody say hello, and nobody clap the hands. Absolutely silent. So I think I wrong something. And I come back and say, "Hello, everybody. I'm Peppe from Italy, from South Italy." Completely eyes. And so one man in the hall stand up and say, "Please, speak Calabrese." And so I realized it was 250 people from Calabria that they moved to the Bronx in 1950, and they are waiting for someone who talk and we sing in Calabrian. So I was completely out of my zone, out of my meaning. I had to start everything from the beginning. And then I realized that also for the American people can be interesting to hear someone who speaks in Calabrese or in Sicilian or whatever, or invented language can be interesting. But only if you believe in what are you doing, if you are inside your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you eat a lot of bread before you go on the stage.
Yeah, bread.
Yeah. Yes. Can you tell us that phrase one more time? About the camiscia.
Panzacchina canta, no camisa bianca.
I love this. I love this. Please spell out your website, your channel. Where can people buy your albums? Where can people follow you? Find out what you're doing next.
Yes, please. Yeah, my website is peppevoltarelli.eu, and you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook. The name is Peppe Voltarelli, tutto attaccato.
We will put this in the notes of the show as well. Go check this out. Thank you so much, Peppe, for the
Rose.
Beautiful conversation. To all of our listeners, thank you so much for being here with us. Ask your local wine shop if they can get you some Cirò. Buy yourself some Peppe Voltarelli albums. And wherever you go and whatever you drink, always remember to enjoy your life and to never stop learning. Thank you for listening to Modo di Bere, the podcast for local drinks and local sayings. If you would love for the show to continue and grow, support Modo di Bere on Patreon and unlock bonus episodes. Do you have a local drink or local saying to share? Send me a DM on the Modo di Bere Instagram or an email through the website at mododibere.com. Music for the podcast was composed by Ercilia Prosperi and performed by the band OUM. You can purchase their recordings at oumusic.bandcamp.com.